Joining us now, former U.S. Senators Dean Heller and Richard Bryan. We want to thank you and welcome you to our roundtable discussion here. We'll start with you, Senator Bryan. What do you think about your party? I mean, they certainly came out a little feistier than we've seen them in the past other 8 debates.
Well, you know, Will Rogers said that he was not really a member of any organized party. He was a Democrat. I think we saw that tonight. It's spirited debate. I don't think anybody landed a knockout punch. From my perspective, I thought Amy Klobuchar had a very strong closing. I favor the inclusive approach. In order for the Democrats to win in the fall, they're going to have to get independents. They're going to have to bring those discontented moderate Republicans who do not support the president. And so I think our greatest chance of victory as a party is to support a moderate. I've previously endorsed Joe Biden. To be honest, I served with him for 12 years. But I think the moderates have the strongest argument to make to win in November.
Well, they're all there vying for the Democratic nomination, but ultimately there was a lot of division. Your take, Senator Heller?
It was pretty aggressive out there, especially in that first hour. I think it was to Sanders' benefit because everybody was just piling on Bloomberg for that first hour, and I think Bloomberg bounced back a little bit in that second hour. But I'll tell you, this was good for Las Vegas. It was good to have this debate here. It was great to be in the green room. I think the only bipartisanship going on in town was in that green room. Yes, but it was quite the night. I think it was symbolic that it was at the Paris. It sounded like a bunch of European socialists to me.
Well, let's talk about that location, right? I mean, you know, the Culinary Union, organized labor, big part of the discussion tonight. And look at the backdrop, the Paris, Las Vegas. It could not be open on this evening without that unionized muscle.
No question about that. And the union is going to play a very important role, whether they will choose to endorse somebody before the convention. Right now, I think that there's a reasonable probability this could go to the convention and be decided, you know, in an old-fashioned way, as it used to be, you know, on the floor of the convention. Bernie's got quite a head of steam, and he's got the momentum right now. I thought Biden acquitted himself well tonight. I agree with my friend here, Senator Heller. I thought that Mayor Bloomberg had a pretty rough first half, did better, but in fairness, the other debaters are in mid-season form. They've been through several of these. This is his first attempt. I think he's probably going to get better at this format as we go on.
But does he have the time? I mean, he came in this really on top because so many people hadn't been able to challenge him verbally face to face. And a lot of people thought, okay, coming into Super Tuesday with our caucus, I mean, obviously he's not on our ballot, but, you know, other states are looking at him to see if maybe he will be the new front runner. Did he blow it?
I think Bloomberg was the famously well-liked backup quarterback. You know, everybody likes the backup quarterback until he gets into the game. And Bloomberg got into the game today, and I think he threw a couple interceptions is what he did tonight. But that doesn't mean he can't bounce back from it. I do want to have one theory that I throw out there. I think there's a reason why the Culinary Union hasn't endorsed at this point, and I think that they have a real split. In fact, I think the split is such that I think if Trump were to walk into a union hall here in Las Vegas, he'd get a standing ovation from everybody in that union hall except for their leadership. That's how strong he's playing down here in Las Vegas. And he had that rally in Arizona today, and I think that solidified his popularity out in the West.
I have to disagree with my colleague. I don't think Trump would do well in a culinary vote. My view is the Culinary Union is the most organized of all of the labor movements in Nevada, the most effective at getting votes out. They're going to be solidly in the Democratic column, whoever is the nominee in the fall. That's my opinion.
Yeah, if I could throw out another idea also, and that's Sanders and this whole discussion on health care. Keep in mind, China has Medicare for all. Look how well they've done with the coronavirus. If you're happy with the way that government is handling that virus, Bernie Sanders is your guy.
Well, for sure, Nevada voters, Democratic voters will have their say come this Saturday. So much more to talk about. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
And for the record, these two can break bread. I literally saw them having pizza together here at News 3.
Thank you, Senator.
I wish we had more time.
I think you took an extra bite out of my pizza. That's
right. You're not eating fair.
There's some truth to that.
All right. Thanks so much, Senator.
Thank you so much.
And we do want to give you some reactions from tonight's debate. Protesters, supporters alike speaking out about the race to the White House.